Good evening and welcome to yet another edition of the Councillors' Public Information Sessions, a platform created for councillors in the Khomas region to engage their audiences, speak about development in their constituencies, and also take stock of what has been done since taking over office. Now, these platforms also create an opportunity for residents to interact with the councillors to speak about issues that affect their day-to-day lives. These sessions will also be broadcast live on the NBC and Khomas Regional Council Facebook pages and other online platforms, also live on the NBC radio stations of National FM, Kati FM, Omurari FM, and Kaisamis FM. We would therefore like to request the live audience to please limit movements within the hall, also to keep your mobile devices on silent mode. Now today we're coming to you live from the Greenwell Matongo Community Hall in the Samora Machel constituency, where we are joined by Councillor Honorable Nestor Kalola. Good evening, Honorable Councillor, and thank you so much for joining us.
Good evening, Madam.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to always get the opportunity to speak to you, Honorable Councillor. Let's get right into it. Now, I want you to talk to us about your constituency, Samora Machel. It's diverse, it's quite vibrant, and has its own dynamics. Talk to us about the population size, what are your key economic drivers, and some of the activities that you think drive the livelihood in the community.
Thank you very much, Ms. Rimbo. Let me start with the Samora Machel historical background first. Samora Machel is a constituency which is found on the western side of Khomas region, in the capital city of Windhoek. And Samora Machel, it's overpopulated of 92,413 inhabitants. And in terms of the infrastructures, from the 2021, when I took over the office, on education, Samora Machel was having 7 schools, 2 secondary schools, and 5 primary schools. At the same time, I have to highlight the issue of the health. When it comes to hospital, Samora Machel by that time, we're only having 1 clinic, which is at Wanahenda Clinic. That's only the health center or the clinic which we have in Samora Machel by that time. And the police stations, when it comes to crime, Samora Machel is only having 1 police stations, which is Wanahenda police stations. Then, from there, I took from there to date. When I took over, when I experiencing all of those challenges, I see that I have to do something in the interest of the residents who are elected to me to represent them in that office. And that is what I did. And as I speak now, we have 9 schools in Samora Machel. On that, at the same time, when you try to establish or to broaden some infrastructures, we may not forget that it also includes job creations to the resident and not only resident alone, include all of Namibian people who are unemployed, where 53 unemployed qualified teachers currently, as I'm speaking, they are employed permanently in those 2 schools. One, they are at Palma Platoon School. There are 43 teachers. And then Koreaha Project School, Primary Project School, 10 teachers. They are employed, they are there full time. And then when it comes to hospital, as we speak, I try by all means to find a land for the hospital, a health center actually, not a clinic, because as I took over, only a clinic which we have in. Then I realized that no, I cannot again say we may request to have a clinic, but it's better to have a health center which is able to cater or to assist the resident better than that. That is what the land we have on that side of Korea have for the health center. But as we speak, currently now, the land is already fenced off by the Khomas Regional Council, and we try to put up some small clinic. At this moment, there is a clinic. It's already started operating 3 days in a week in that land, while the Ministry of Health, they are busy trying to organize themselves, their budget, for the construction of the health center on that land.
Now, Honorable Councillor, I want to come in there. Before we actually get into the actual development and the initiatives that you have undertaken, I want us to talk about the living standard measure of your constituency and how that also aligns with your budget. What budgetary allocation do you get, and how does that work towards improving the living standard measure of your community?
Okay, when it comes to budget, you see, actually the constituency doesn't really having the budget which is allocated really per constituency by saying maybe you have 20 or 10 millions for you to be able to execute what kind of the kind of development which you wanted in the constituency. But we are trying with the little what we get from the Khomas Regional Council. That's why I cannot really call it's a budget, because it's very few.
Which is how much?
Which is 1.5 million.
Okay.
That one which you can able to share or with other projects, which I can see is that that one it cannot able to bring development if that's the case really, because if you wanted to construct the school, it requires you to have either more than 30 million or 40 millions for you to able to establish a school or a hospital. But Khomas Regional Council are trying with the little what they have so that we can try to bring that development. As has been alluded, those are development which I mentioned. It's with that little what we have.
Yeah, but in terms of other development initiatives, we do know that education, health, and those things are concerted efforts, so it's not only up to you to do. So I want to talk about the priority areas in your constituency that you have undertaken that you think are worth noting, the ones that you undertook, and which beneficiaries you can point out today to say that, yes, indeed, there was this project that was under my constituency and the beneficiaries are there are numbers to that. Can you talk to us about those projects?
Thank you very much. We have the project which we used to call income generating activities, where we used to assist the small business in the constituencies. Last year we funded 23 beneficiaries. We buy different materials, pay their needs, and this year again we organize it again the same, and then where we found the 47 beneficiaries. At this moment, those 47 beneficiaries, they did not yet receive their material, but it's in a progress to receive their materials or their benefits. And the others, also when it comes to the social activities like the vulnerable, you can see that there is some vulnerable people in the constituencies or learners or students or so. Then we used to assist them also in terms of the school, like tertiary institution, where we used to fund learners at the tertiary institution, but actually the amount of money which we have per the constituency, it's only 25,000, which is, it's meaning something, but only for the registrations. But then while 15,000 we used normally to do it for the NAMCOL, that together for the school, meaning that it's 40,000. And then we have the project which it used to be called in social winter network, soft network. And then that one also we used to assist the vulnerable people, like for instance, maybe buying blankets for them during the winter seasons, so that at least they can able to cover themselves with, during that time. Those are some of the projects which we used to do it. And at the school, we used to have a budget of 50,000, actually trying to assist the vulnerable children, but we have to identify, or we can be able to be identified through the social workers, the life skill teachers who are at that school. Then they can able to identify which learner in need, and then we buy for those learners.
Yeah, in terms of impact on these initiatives that you have just alluded to, how do you measure the impact of these activities? Do you follow up on the beneficiaries of the projects that you have undertaken, like the students and so on, do you know that indeed there has been an impact that will have a ripple effect in the community going forward?
Yeah, for sure, there is an impact.
How did you measure the impact?
You see, the impact you can able to measure in this manner by seeing that when you assist that learner to register at a tertiary institution, but that learner now at that moment you find that learner it's in the second year or third year, then you can see that there is an impact, because without that, otherwise that learner cannot able to be at that level. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Now let's talk about poverty reduction, especially at household levels where we see a lot of poverty manifesting in communities. What are some of the interventions that you have taken, deliberate ones in your constituency, to say that these are the interventions from my office that I would like to see having been done to address poverty at household level and also ultimately result in income generating activities so that we eradicate poverty, especially at household level?
No, thank you very much for that question, because if I take you back, I has been spoke about the income generating activities. That is one of the projects which it can able to alleviate poverty among our residents, and because they can able to come up with their business where they can able to generate an income so that they can sustain their futures on that one. And we has been trying as a constituency office also to come up with or to assist to come up with the open markets, where we are assisting the open market. In Greenwell here in Everino Street, there is an open market there where the resident currently now they use their storeroom where they can able to keep their goods after they do their selling, and then they are no longer carrying their things like usually they used to carry their thing from their heads, and then always when they go home, and then tomorrow morning again they have to come up with their thing, they carry it at their heads, and then at that moment now as we speak now they're having their open markets, which is really close. Then they just lock it, and then they go home. Tomorrow when they come, they just open it, and then they start with their business.
Okay. Now, despite general approaches to issues such of development, such as education and health that you have spoken about, and other targeted interventions that you have, there seems to be very prominent issues that are quite common in many communities countrywide, not only here. Issues like crime, youth unemployment, and such. How do you deal with those? How do you engage with long-term interventions at your constituency?
Thank you very much. The issue of crime, it's a concern. That is one of I think it's my second project. When I started. I come up with the project of the CCTV camera. I hope I am the first councillor to introduce that project in Khomas Regional Council, where we come up with, together with the Namibian police and the city, for them to identify the hotspot area in the constituency, so that I can able to step in to see what kind of assistance I can able to lend that, which we did it. We buy the CCTV camera together with the screen. It's in the control of the city police. Whenever anyone who want to see it, then just go to the city police at the control room there. Then you will find it the camera, the screen for the Samora Machel. That one is for Samora Machel actually, is there. And then the CCTV camera is connected at different hotspot area in the constituency by the city police. And that is which we has been targeting the crime, just to make it easier for the law enforcement to be able to tackle the crime constituency.
Youth unemployment?
Youth unemployment, that is one. When you look at what has been rooted from the beginning, the IGA issues, it's already include the youth. Because the IGA doesn't discriminate anyone. Every person in Namibian have a right to apply. Then whatever your youth, whatever, then they also included.
Now, let's talk about natural phenomena that we can't help. Windhoek, like many other parts of the country, we received good rains early this year, and it's prone to disasters such as floods, shake fires, extreme cold, and other weather conditions. Do you have any targeted interventions that you have in place in terms of when the floods break out, when there's a shake fire? What do you do as a constituency?
Thank you very much for that question. The question of disaster, it's a concern, and as a councillor in Khomas Regional Council, we come up with that strategy to be able to assist those people who are affected in terms of floods and sharp fires burn down. Then we are trying to assist them in a small blankets, whatever, or food, anything, or even zinc. We used to do it to assist them. But we assist with the little what we have. Not really that maybe we completed the whole houses or so, but we are trying to give what we have at that moment. But we are trying to assist them.
Do you have any collaboration with any other stakeholders in terms of when floods break out? Who do you collaborate with? What do you do?
Yeah, for sure, the city of Windhoek is one of the stakeholders because they are the owner of the land. And mostly you cannot able to do it without them. We have to work together. We used to work together.
Okay. Now let's talk about public engagement. This is also a key tool of governance in terms of how you reach out to your communities. How frequent do you communicate with your communities? What are some of the platforms that you use, especially in terms of reaching out to grassroots communities?
Thank you very much for the question. The issue of engagement. Normally, I used to do public meetings in the community, to engage the community, meet with the community, to hear their concern. That's how I used to engage them, and sometimes also in the social media. I used to do that, and also in the radio. Maybe sometimes maybe you used to hear me also on the NBC radio, spoke about the meeting or whatsoever. So.
And through what means of communication and at what level do you measure feedback in terms of these platforms that you use? Do you know that the message actually reaches the intended recipients? How do you measure the feedback?
Yeah, actually on that one, especially when I do community meeting, that one I can able really to see that the people, they get or they satisfied to what I has been told them, because there we engage one another, we talk face to face, and then until to such a time we make those people to understand what are you intended to.
Honorable Councillor, thank you so much. We will pause there for now. Just allow for a few questions. We are in conversation with the Councillor of the Samora Machel Constituency, Honorable Nestor Kalola, who was speaking to us about some of the development initiatives he has undertaken since taking over office, the strides that he has made, and also challenges that he has faced. We now take a few questions from the audience. We would just like to remind our audience that you are more than welcome to pose questions in your language, Namibian language that you are comfortable with, but let us keep our questions, comments, and views very brief and to the point. Also, let's be respectful in our questions, comments, and views so that we allow everyone an opportunity to speak. I will just allow 2 rounds of questions, 2 questions per person for every round, and then we will give a second round, and Councillor will then respond. There is a roving mic among the colleagues there, then we can just start with the questions.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, Honorable Mayor, Mayor, Honorable Councillor of Samora, and good evening to my dear brothers and sisters that are also viewing this particular event in this Greenwell Matongo community hall. First of all, I thank the Almighty Allah. Then I say the Almighty Allah means the Almighty God who created you and created all of us in the best of our capability and individual. My name is Abdul. I hope when I say Abdul, many people here may be listening to this voice and they maybe record my voice. And I'm very happy for those maybe follow NBC and Eagle FM and many radio stations. I'm standing here for most of my uncle as a councillor, what you have seen, and I'm one of a witness that when I came in Greenwell, I remember 2010, I came in this side. There was most of these things that he speaks, especially hospital. We are using the hospital in Vanahenda. And there are certain times I come across and speaks about these issues, that we need hospitals, even clinic. or any other means that people, when they get sick and they need assistance. For example, pregnant women. A pregnant woman is a woman who needs services to be close by. If he wants to deliver a child, or he wants, for example, this child is sick in the night, how is that parent can assist that person? If there is no clinic, if there is no certain places that can be assisted, they put clinic. If you see around here, there is a pharmacies around here. It's through the effort that when we say social media, when he spoke about social media, I can testify, one of me and my fellow brothers here, they are also using this platform to send message to the leaders of the Republic of Namibia. And we have what we call a road network. Most of this road network you see here, when I came to Greenwell 2010, 11, 12, you never see this road network happening. But because as a human being, we all need each other. Whether you are being a leader, whether being the followers, you need to communicate. And leaders also has to take that responsibility through the communication, right? So you see now roads are developed in Greenwell, all over. I give you another example. You see the houses that you see City of Windhoek are building, the NHE they are building. These are also methods that I'm going to talk about, that network of communication through network of radio station, TV, televisions, whether you can speak your message to across. You see this network.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Your last point.
Yes, my last point I have is that I want to say to the citizens of Namibia, do not feel shame. Do not feel abandoned. Because leaders like these ones are hard to find. And community like you, when you have any issues that you want to be assisted, open up and reach these people. They are human beings like you, like all of us. So my proposal to my comrade, Councillor, is that I want you also, not only from here, as we have only small population like this one, I want you, whenever you have a meeting like this one, let us have a big place where all the citizens around, they can able to come in and also hear their voices and also interact with you as you are saying. We are in here, it's good, but the problem we have is that those who are outside there are also want to participate with you.
Thank you, sir. Your point is taken. Thank you. Thank you very much. Your point is taken. The gentleman in the blue, please hold on so that the mic can come to you. Can we please just have a bit of order in the hall? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. My name is Saki Malima. I'm also a resident of the constituency. Yeah, let me stand on the protocol already established, but allow me to recognize the presence of the CEO of the Regional Councillor, Mr. Mwafila. Thank you for being with us. My questions, as I indicated here, note here. First, I thank the Honorable Councillor for giving us this opportunity to come up as a community and identify our challenges. One challenge I have identified is the crime issue. As the Honorable Councillor here in our presence also recognize the seriousness of the crime, is that sometimes back, I think 2023, if the Councillor have to correct me, announced that 5 lights have to be installed in the area to increase the visibility of the light there. But up to the date, no lights. I see only one light which is close to somewhere there, to those one who know the area from Okapale, maybe about 150 meters. But going back down there where they relocate some of the residents from Ochomwisi and the others, it's very, very dark, especially to the women and the children. When is the councillor going to install this? I understand government already paid. Also, the Honorable Councillor must ask Treasury to tell us where's this money for the lights being hauled. This one, let me end there. The other question is that the cleaning system in our area is very, very poor. These big drums, they take up to 4 months not being picked up or so. It gets so overflowed so that the dogs and even think, and you know the area have no this toilet. Some of the people use this night flight toilet, and then they come in the morning, put it there. It's another question. The other one is the question through. You know, in our tradition, we must respect the elder, and you also alluded it. But I want to ask the question through the chair. Who's the chair? Probably it's you, madam. You are the chair, but you did not announce that one. It's good that you are now agreeing that you are the chair of the meeting. Thank you. Through the chair, my question to the regional councillor, CEO, the Khomas Regional Council, CEO, is that I want to bring to your attention, say that this one-hander office where our councillor is the principal officer, together with his staff, sometimes they take up to 4 months not talking together, not cooperating. How will they operate in a public office? They private the office, and then they delay the program of the office. Why? Why? You being put in the office, now you go there as a boss, and the others, the staff. Over the years, you put this councillor, the same staff are there, not respecting this councillor. They even sometimes tell the councillor, councillor, you are only here temporary for 5 minutes. We are here. We are here. They even go as far as that one. I don't want to mention people's names, as the elder must be respected.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We will pause there for now. We will allow the Honorable Councillor to respond to the 2 questions.
Thank you very much, Ms. Limbo, for those questions. Let me start it with the first one, which is the concern of the place currently now where we gathered here. It's very small, and then we need a big place where we can able to engage the big number of the resident. It's true, at the place where we are currently now, it's small, but actually, I used to have a public meeting where I used to engage the number of more than 100 people. This one is very small. It's because of this public information which I have to share with the public at this moment. It's because of this one or that one. But anyhow, I get your point. Yes, please. The second...
The crime.
The crime
Would
issues.
you like to give it over to...
Yeah, the crime
the
issues.
Namibian
Let me give it to the chief. Chief, he can able to go on that one. I hope maybe even it's not at that moment. Maybe later, or must I give it?
We will give the microphone to the Chief Inspector,
Yeah.
so that he can respond to the question on the crime. Just give us a moment to organize a microphone for him.
Very good evening, and thank you so much. Allow me to stand a little bit. I am Chief Inspector Neliwa, the station commander of Vanaenda Police Station, and I believe most of the community we have met, like the Honorable Councillor has indicated, in most of all, if not all the community engagement, we are always together with different stakeholders such as City of Windhoek and our counterpart sister City Police. In terms of crime, let me say it's not a specific question put there, but it is a concern. Yes, crime prevention is not a one-man show. It is a team effort, whereby we talk about community policing and crime prevention aspect, which should be done in team way, the public and the police. So when we are saying crime, criminals are not from a different island. They are from within our houses. So it's through when we identify them, when we come to community engagement such as this one, to indicate that, no, we have a certain crime of concern in this area and this type. Many times we have identified crimes such as robberies, whereby we are deploying, and we've been deploying our colleagues, police officers, to be on the foot patrol, like the Inspector General of the Namibian Police, Lieutenant General Joseph Shimwelao Shikonga, has indicated that boots on the ground. We always make sure there's always foot soldiers. We always make sure there's always police officers on the ground to make sure crime is totally limited. We know we cannot sometimes, we need to be honest, you cannot completely tell the people that there's no more crime, but we are trying all our best to reduce, to make sure crime is reduced just like any other problem. Thank you for now.
Thank you, Chief Inspector. We will give back to the Honorable Councillor for the questions on the lights and clinics.
Okay.
The lights in the area and the clinic.
The area?
The floodlights.
Oh, okay. No, thank you very much. The issue of the Hamas, right? Okay, Mr. Masaki, that's a good question you have, and it's a concern. Really, it's a concern to me also. SI has been alluded from the beginning by saying we are trying by all means to reduce crime, because whenever people they are in the darkness, it's where the crime also can able to be involved. That's why we tried to secure the budget from Khomas Regional Council and then we forwarded to the city of Windhoek to buy the Hamas, right, for the informal settlement. And then currently now, as we speak, 2 Hamas, they are on the ground. One is at the dumping site of Havana, and the other one is on the site of Korea Hub. But after all, I has been making a follow-up even last week. Then they said 5 of them, they are in the process to be on the ground. From Havana 4-way, apparently there is one at the middle there, and then at the Chinese church, there's going to be also another one. And then from the Havana dumping site, there are going to be 2. And then the other one on our way with Machel Road, they said also there's going to be also another one there. So they said 5 of them, they will be on the ground. Then let us see, and then I will still continue to be engaged with them so that they can able to bring those Hamas.
And the clinic.
Okay, the clinic, yes? What was the clinic is called?
The cleaning. The waste management, refuse removal.
The waste management. Okay.
Before Mr. Kalola did the light, I was advised them. We had a whole.
Excuse me, sir, please just hold on. Let him just deal with Sorry, no, you do not have the floor. You don't have, no, you don't have the floor. We will finish with the Honorable Councillor, then you can. No, let's allow the Honorable Councillor to respond. We'll allow the Honorable Councillor to respond, then we'll come back to the audience. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Rimbo. The issue of the sanitations, it's a concern. And unfortunately, sanitations is in the hand of the city of Windhoek. It's not on my hands, but we are trying to communicate. We did communicate since from the beginning when I took over the office in 2021. I wrote a document which I has been forwarded to the office of the mayor regarding the issue of concern at the informal settlement, the demarcation, the electricity, waters, sanitation, all of them, they are all included. But per their budget, they have to respond accordingly to their budget. We cannot really able to say it, do what, when, but they are in a process maybe to answer on those ones. Because first of all, they have to demarcate, they have to develop the area. It's only when the sanitation can able to come in. Without developing it, then it's going to be a challenge. I think they will take care of it, and then they're going to do it in a short period of time. Maybe, I cannot say it is, because I'm not aware, relating to their budget.
Thank you, Honorable Councillor. We'll take another round of questions. 2 questions from the gentleman in grey. No, he was first. If you please could just allow him, then we'll come back to you. Thank you.
Okay. Good evening. I firstly would like to acknowledge my happiness to see the Honorable Councillor sitting in front of us here. I would like also to acknowledge our Chief Inspector, Inspector Neriwa. My name is Lucas Alugwede, popularly known as Shirumbu, from Samora Machel Constituency, Hadino Ishongwa, Korea Hub location. As a Samora Machel Constituency and the community leaders, firstly, I would like to say thanks to Honorable Councillor. Back to the years before he didn't took over the office, community member in Korea Habdam, we were not resting, we were not sleeping, we were living in fears. We've been communicating with former councillors, both of them too, when they were in office. But they were not responding to our crimes, to our crimes and questions that we've been sending to them. First of all, when Honorable Councillor took over the office in 2021, after just 3 days in the office, I have a meeting with my section leader, and then we engage other community leaders, because we've been living in crimes whereby a lot of women were threatened, rapes, left and right, day and night. And he was responding to us quickly. He brought the mobile, which is standing close to my house in Koriakabdam, 2021, when he collaborated with the Namibian police and city police. I remember Chief Naukushu, Chief Inspector Marubano, and Chief Fonseca, when they came. That's when we start having a peace. That's when we realize that he's a leader to give us a smile on our faces. That time, a lot of crime. If you remember when people were raped, a rapist was arrested. That's why we don't have that cases again in Koriakabo, in Samora Machel constituency, because of his hard working. He's a leader. And then again from there, crime prevention, he really did a lot. It was not easy for Namibian police to come to Koriakab. Even city police themselves, they know. Even ambulance, they were not. But after he collaborating the Namibian police with city police to work together, that's how we start coming closer to other colleagues as leaders. One point I can mention, as he said, he's one of the councillor in Samora Machel that I saw for the first time come to the community. Every weekend, we've been having a meeting with him and Namibian police. Since 2021, up to now, in Hadino Hishongwa, I'm talking about Hadino Hishongwa, Kahumba, and Dollars. I don't know the other areas in Samora Machel constituency. Up to last month, I still have a minute, I have all when we are walking around, because once we call him, he always show it up. He don't hesitate to come as soon as possible.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Make your point brief. Thank you very much. We will take... yes, you may please go ahead.
Good evening. Protocols observed. Thank you very much for the opportunity. It's a pleasure to finally meet our mayor for Samora Machel. I am stricken as apologies. Teresa Hamurenge is my name, a citizen of Samora Machel. Apologies, I am stricken by my neighbor here to say that he meets with the councillor every week. I am impressed because I have been wondering, where is the councillor? So now he even diverted my mind from my question, so please allow me to cool down, but I will try my best to stay focused because I am very impressed from his side, because from our side here at Greenwell, not far from the area, from the service station, we have not seen the councillor. But you see the councillor every week. So we must call the councillor to come to us. It's not in his...
Please go ahead with your two questions.
Yes, but just allow me, because we just heard a shocking news, which is quite interesting. At least he's sharing information to state how we can get the councillor. Meaning we must go to the councillor and tell him to come, and then he will come. It's not in his agenda to come without our invitation. So firstly, I would like to just say it's quite... a question that I have is basically, why are we not having a community network page or anything? Because for such meetings, Samora Machel is a very big place. But this area, really, and this being said, this is the community, I do not believe this was the best that the council could do. Because, other areas, we even joined them just to see what is happening. They have networking pages and everything. Why are we not having? We don't even have a Facebook page, or if we do, where can I find it? So that I follow up with what is happening in Samora, Machel, because if a neighbor does not tell you this is happening, you will not know anything that around here. So if you can just kindly point out who is the delegate of your office that is in charge of communications, because it's really not working. As you can see, even this is also an embarrassment. As a councillor, people cannot want to book a place like this for you to say, yes, come here, councillor, this is ready for you to come. So I ask whoever is in charge of this booking and everything, they must please pull up their socks and really deliver for the community and not embarrass you like this, because this is not what you call a community meeting. Not at all. I can see it's more of just a media briefing than a community meeting. On top of that, Councillor, I would like to know, how often does your office actually provide training to the youth in Samora Machel? Are you having something like that whereby you open your doors to say that on this specific, once in a month at least, we are going to provide this particular training? I mean, we have a lot of schools that we can book for those trainings to take place. Does your council provide certain trainings like that, and how do they communicate out to the community for them to know that they must come and register themselves for those training? Because in this Namibia where we are nowadays, short courses are also an upliftment. It's an advantage when you apply for a job. You may have graduated 5 years ago, you did not get anything, but as you keep doing trainings, meaning you are staying up to date, and when you go for an interview, it's an upliftment and an advantage. And the other question that I would like to ask, we are aware of the unemployment grant that was implemented by Ministry of Gender. Has your office actually come to the people and tell them that there is this particular grant, you guys must go and apply for it, A, B, and C is what you need, just to educate the community about it? Has your office actually been doing something like that? Because I see that a lot of information is being withheld, and by the time it reaches the community, the closing dates have already come through. So I really ask that the communication for the office be open, because we should remember the office is for the people and not for those that work there. So it should work for the community at large.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank
Yes.
you. We will unfortunately not allow, so that we can allow someone else to ask. Thank you. Your questions are noted. Thank you. Can we please have order? We would like to take a short break. We'll be right back with more questions, so that we allow the councillor to also just compose himself and go through the questions. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We are in conversation with the Councillor of Samora Machel Constituency, Honorable Nestor Kalola, who has been in conversation with his constituency, speaking to some of the issues affecting their livelihood and some of the development initiatives undertaken. We are still moderating the session. My name is Nsinde Limbo, and we continue to take some more questions from the audience. We do have 3 questions that were posed by Ma'am at the corner there, so we'll just allow the Honorable Councillor to respond, and then we'll open the floor for 2 more questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Rimbo, and thank you very much, my sister there, for those good questions you have. And thank you to the colleague who has been commending for the good work that I did. I'm also proud for your recommendations. The question of the meeting in Greenwell is a concern. Yes, it can be, might be, but we hope somehow, somewhere. I used to have meeting in Greenwell, but I hope maybe it's unfortunate that during that time when I'm having a meeting there, maybe we were not attending. Because I remember Samstan, if you can remember Samstan Community Hall, I had a meeting on that hall, maybe more than 3 or 4 times in Samstan Community Hall. I used to have a meeting there. And then even here, this side of Greenwell also, I used to have a meeting also in the community here. It's unfortunate that sometimes, you know, maybe you are busy on the other side, on the other hand, maybe while I'm there. So that's where the problem is. But anyhow, I understand the concern. If we can able to improve, maybe we can able to improve. Let we communicate, all of us. I can come, you can also. You have also a right to communicate to me so that we can able to organize the meeting and then we can attend the meeting together.
And maybe Honorable Councillor can also just highlight the, excuse me, would we please allow, if we do not allow the Honorable Councillor to respond to your question, then you might not get appropriate feedback. If we could just allow him to also have the opportunity to speak, even if it's not the preferred response. Maybe, Honorable Councillor, if you could just also highlight some of the digital platforms that you use, maybe the traditional means you use newspapers, radio, television, which radio stations, and also your presence on social media. Maybe that's when information will be disseminated to all corners of the constituency.
Thank you very much, Ms. Rimbo. If I take you back, it's unfortunate, maybe from the beginning, some of the viewers, the audience, they were not there. I has been mentioning it from the beginning that I used to have a public meeting, engagement with them, and I used to communicate also with the WhatsApp group. Sometimes also we used to communicate there on the social media. Those are or sometimes also I'm on the radio. I used to communicate whenever I can able to send a message to the national radio so that it can able to be translated on the other language which I cannot able to speak to. I used to do that. That's why I said maybe it's unfortunate from the beginning when I has been alluded. Maybe some of the audience they were not there. But anyhow, I get your point, and then I will take it. I will see how I'm going to consider it in the future. We're going to consider it. Okay, youth empowerment. It's also a concern from you, my sister. Yes, it's true. Sometimes we used to have some of the colleagues whom they used to give trainings, and the Ministry also of Education. They used to give a training to the young people and any Namibian-based people who are in need, or maybe to come up with some business or whatever, any kind of training. Some of them, they do the perfume. Some of them, they do this soap issues. They used to do different things. And then they used to train the people who are in need. But anyhow, I get your point. Then we're going to improve, because always there is a day of improvement. I thank you for that. Yeah, I think I touch everything. Yeah, there is one. What is that? Unemployment. Okay, on how maybe they can apply for the small business, ne? On that one, okay, it's a concern, but anyhow, you know, the budget of the IGA we have is only 270,000. Then when you look at the people who they used to apply, as I has been alluded from the beginning that our constituencies our population, we are overpopulated. We are 92,413. Then you may end up in a month, in a year, 200 or more than 200 people, they are applied. Now, on that one, out of that 200, only 20-something or maybe 40, if we are lucky, like this year, 40-something, meaning that we cut just to make small, to minimize the number of the beneficiary to get at least the amount of money less. But less, sometimes it can, that's a small budget we have, but it can able to improve when it comes to employment, because you assist that person, can able to employ himself and employ also other person through that business. That might be what your question was.
The Honorable Councillor maybe could just share information on how the people that want to apply for grants from the Ministry of Gender would go about getting those grants. Is there any way that you may perhaps get that information on behalf of the constituency?
Okay. On that one, for the Ministry of Gender, yes, the ministry, they used to communicate. And unfortunately, that budget which used to come from the Ministry of Gender is only 9,500. That is the budget used to come with it. That's the one which, no, okay, I get you, but the one which I know is only 9,500. That is the one which I know. And then, now 9,500, how many people they can able to share on that one? But that is only the one I know. If there is another one, maybe I'm not aware, and maybe my office are not communicated on that one, if there is another one.
Two more questions from the audience. I will give a chance to the gentleman here. Who was first between ma'am and the gentleman? Okay. Please make your question as we are running out of time.
My name is Sean. I would like to ask only two questions. First, I would like, the Honorable Councillor said that Samora Machel is a very big constituency, as we know, 92,000. I want to know, most of the people in Samora Machel are in informal settlement in two ways, literally and those in the savings group. Being in office for 5 years, what have you done? What have been your plans to align the well-being of those in the informal settlement with government efforts and objectives, like the formalization of the informal settlement? Do you have any plans to that? I deliberately asked that also in relation to the expansion of this constituency. You are alluding to the challenges that you are getting because of the size of the constituency. But you were saying stakeholders like City of Windhoek. Whenever you are mentioning things that are done by City of Windhoek, you speak in the affirmative. When you are unable to answer, you say it's out of your hands. I want to know, when is it that you ask City of Windhoek, why are you coming to put people in Farm 548 when I'm already struggling with this constituency? Have you done that? When is the office of the Regional Council able to in clinic services that I challenge? When are stakeholders listening to regional councillors pertaining to those things? Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll allow the Honorable Councillor to respond to the question.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Rimbo and Mr. Sean, for the questions. And when do I do this to regarding the development of the informal settlement? Is that your question, isn't it? That's your question? Because I don't want to go. That's your question?
I say the informal settlement is a challenge. Government has intentions and objectives. The formalization of the informal settlement, 700 million is budgeted. When are you communicating with stakeholders to say, expansion till here enough, because we are already struggling with what is here, services and so forth. Because you allude to engaging stakeholders. For example, when we're talking about the Namibian police and city police, he was saying the good things we have done, but obviously those are things by other stakeholders. But when are you able to say, Samora Machel must not expand because we already have challenges pertaining to these things? Because it's no use having 92,000 people and there is just one police station. When are you able to say the expansion should not be allowed? Are they listening to you, or are you not? Where are your challenges and where, as a councillor? That's what I'm asking.
No, thank you very much for your questions. Okay, as constituent councillors, for sure I used to engage with the City of Windhoek councillors regarding the development of the constituencies, and then the expansion, or let's say maybe the manner they bring the people in the constituencies. Sometimes I find myself, you know, as a constituency, you are a regional councillor. You are not a local authority councillor. And then the land belongs to the local authority councillors. You may end up the local authority councillor, since they are the owner, they are the custodian of the land, they can do whatever they feel to the lands. But you have the consent. You can able to approach, you can able to talk to them, but you don't have that power to restrict them by saying they may not do it. But they can able to say that this is the area which we allocate to the people. But you cannot able to do anything.
Thank you, Honorable Councillor. Yes, ma'am. One question, please.
All protocols observed. My name is Rensha Koper. I'm a resident of Samora, Machel, and an activist here in Samora, Machel also, that has been working with Councillor Nestor Kalola. And I would like to say, actually, Sean stole my question that I wanted to ask Councillor. I would like to say 2022, I have noticed there is lack of communication from the Councillor's office, and I have created a WhatsApp group on behalf of the residents, where we are communicating with the residents on the WhatsApp group. This meeting was a short notice for Samora Machel's residents also. Besides from that, when it comes to development for Samora Machel, as Sean said, the population is huge. Councillor Nestor Kalola doesn't reach the whole part of Samora Machel. There are areas that Councillor hasn't visited to go have meetings with the residents himself, whereby I have to step in as the activist of Samora Machel without having an office from my sitting room's office and attend to Samora Machel's residents. If the office has to work on communicating with the residents more, I think there will be a change.
Thank you, ma'am. I believe that is not a question. I will give an opportunity to the gentleman. I hope you're not taking us back to the lights. Can we please give him the microphone very briefly?
Good evening, gentlemen and ladies, Papa and Mama. Good evening. My name is Martin Karwenya. I'm a resident of Samora, Machel since 1995. And I started a council officer with the honorable that Johnny Otonangudu. Before Mr. Differ, then followed by Mr. Kalola. Those officers, they are fine to do the right to our people. If I'm telling you, they give the police, the defense people's home here at the Holyoke, but they fail to help my people here. Who come here first? They have no homes. Those who are staying there, they need home. Home is where you're calling is a place to stay. Those people, they don't have a place to stay, but in Namibian, they are voting for Samora Machel. Our office is failed to stop the criminal. Who got to stop the criminal? It's our councillor and our police and our communities. When we call them, the phone is off. When I'm step to the officer, the councillor is not there. When I'm asking the officers, maybe Katrina is here. They are not talking each other. Why you are not to communicate with your people in your office? Then is the gift of our honorable that Jacob. Mr. Councillor is not there. He just come there when he arranged there is a meeting tomorrow. But Karonya just here, there was a meeting there. I didn't know. But I'm a community leader. Huh? He failed to bring the light to our people. He failed to bring water at our people. I told him, Mr. Council, let us buy the paper ourselves, our community. Then you go to the municipality and bring the machine for the token. Then we dig our road to nearby. The people, they killed by by criminal. We need the tax link at Yokapale. He failed to do so. What are you doing? If you have no idea, if you are failed.
Thank you, thank you. Your point is taken, sir. Your point is taken.
As I speak now, Mr. Kalola, before you leave the chair, I want to tell the people, to tell the people, when are you going to remove those policies and correctional services and defense who get home there before these people? For these people from a single court, they stay there. Number one. Number two, they have no home. Mr.
Your point is taken, sir. Thank you very much.
You know that vitamin is so big.
Thank you. Your point is taken.
With a big stomach. Now, if you find.
Thank you. Thank you. Can we give the microphone to someone else? Thank you very much. Thank you. Your point is taken.
Let me tell you. If you find
Vincent, can you give the microphone to the other guy, please? Thank you. Your point is noted. Can we give a chance to the gentleman there? Thank you. Can we give a chance to the gentleman in grey? Thank you very much. Your point is noted.
Thank you very much.
Yes, very briefly, thank you.
Thank you very much. Good evening, fellow Samora Machel resident. My name is Mion Tauno. I would like to thank our Honorable Councillor, the Constituency Councillor of Samora Machel, for the job well done so far for those issues that he highlighted: school, police station, health center, and Hamas. And also to have the first ever color screen for the CCTV camera in the city of Windhoek for observing and then also to see, to spot crime and identifying those criminals. I would like also to extend my appreciation to our Honorable to collaborate with the city of Windhoek so that they can avail that land that they made available to building those infrastructure, which is school, as he emphasized, and the police station and the health center. He said the land is already available by consulting the city of Windhoek. Thank you very much, Honorable. I would like also to question now, my question is to the Hamas. How many Hamas that you made available for Samora Machel? Since now you, if I listen to you very well, you say the only two that being now put in place and then working. And they promise to put also 5. How many still available lying down in the municipality premises, not yet to be allocated to our midst? Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Your point is taken. We will now allow the Honorable Councillor to respond to your concluding remarks as well, Honorable Councillor.
Thank you very much, Ms. Rimbo. The issue of concern for the House. Yes, it's unfortunate, maybe from the beginning I did not mention that Khomas Regional Council, together with the City of Windhoek and the NHE, we are collaborating to build or to fund some houses which we constructed even in a Greenwell here. Some of the residents, maybe those who are living this side, they can able to talk about it. They are here, and on the other side also, there are also those houses. They are there. Those Khomas Regional contributed to that, so that that house made available. And the other concern of the house which is living on that side, yes, that one, it's out of my control. It's in the hand of the City of Windhoek and the NHE. That one, the one you mentioned on the other side, and I cannot really able to say anything. And the issue of the Hamas, I has been alluded from the beginning by saying 2 Hamas that they are on the ground. One is in Havana dumping site, the other one at Korea Hub. And then I said 5 of them, they are still in the process to be set up. Soon, maybe they will be set up. Before the end of this year, they will be also on the ground. This is the promise from the City of Windhoek when it has been communicated to them. And I thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Councillor. We have also come to the end of this special live broadcast where we were in conversation with the Councillor of Samora Machel Constituency, Honorable Nestor Kalola, who was speaking to us about some of the initiatives undertaken, also engaging his community as part of a transparent and accountable system of governance. Do join us again next week, or rather Thursday this coming week, where we are going to be live from the Khomas Regional Council with Windhoek West Constituency Councillor Honorable Emma Muteka, who also shined the spotlight on her constituency. From us here at the Samora Machel Constituency and the rest of the team from NBC, I am Cindy Limbo. Thank you so much for watching and good night.